Hi, everybody. It's Wanda Bader here from Strategize Your Success. And today I am being joined by Michelle Vertiju. And Michelle is a healthy lifestyle coach, and she's also a nutritionist. Welcome to the call, Michelle.
Thank you, Wanda, to be
I'm
here with
glad
you. This is wonderful.
I'm excited to have you here because I know that what you have information-wise to offer people is of value. And I know that we could all probably get better at having healthier lifestyles. So now I know you're in San Diego, California. And as I said before, I know that you're a nutritionist, but if you could tell our audience a little bit more about like how did you get started, into being a healthy lifestyle coach and things like that.
Sure, my pleasure. Yes, and so my name is Michelle Verdugo. Just wanted to mention that. And yes, I have been, but I'm going to backtrack a little bit. It's been over about 10, 12 years that I've been coaching in some form. And years ago, I started, I've been an entrepreneur for most of my adult life. And I was in the fundraising and event planning world. And back about 12 years ago or so, I was running marathons and very active in my own running, not competitively, but just as my form of getting out and, kind of my release and balance and keeping kind of just some peace in my life through my therapeutic running. And so training for marathons and all, I got invited to be a coach for one of the diabetes organization. And with the diabetes organization, I would coach and help people raise money in support of diabetes. And by coaching, I did training in helping people run or walk a marathon. So it was really cool. And at that point, something crossed my path. I was doing the LA Marathon Expo actually. So I had a big booth set up and just meeting people and all. And I learned something about whole food nutrition back then. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. I need to learn more about this. And as a coach, I was just really doing the physical aspect of the training. So get out and meet and meet my participants and get them running and just physically training. And I thought, well, with this nutrition information, everybody needs to know this. And I thought I thought I was on a healthy path. I thought I knew what was right, eating healthy and taking some vitamin supplements and just kind of doing the right thing. But I didn't know what I didn't know until I learned. And I thought, okay, everybody needs to know about whole food nutrition. And I thought I've got to dive in and learn more. And I went back to school and became a nutritionist while I was training my participants. And I did that for several years. And that led me to just to a whole new world of holistic health and healing and wellness. And from that, I transitioned my business in fundraising and event planning into my nutrition business and just started, slowly weaning out of the fundraising element and just started working with clients one-on-one and teaching people how to eat healthy. And now I can say over the past 10 years, things have changed so much. Back then, it was not as bad as it is now. And so I've watched the way the environment has been changing and just the information overload of what's available. It can be very overwhelming for someone who's wanting to take a step in a healthy direction. Just, over the past 10, 12 years, it's increased incredibly. It's a billion-dollar industry, and there's a lot of products out there and a lot of misinformation. So anyway, my whole thing is, just teaching what I know and help simplify the process. And I love what I do, and I'm so grateful to be in this position to help and inspire people and really teach people how to live a healthier lifestyle. That's a little
So
bit of background.
when you say that you're working with people, can you kind of elaborate, like who's your ideal client? Who is it that you best serve with this passion of yours?
Yes. Well, gee, I have I have clients kind of from all areas. I work with individual business owners who are overwhelmed within their business and they're not taking care of their body, so they're seeing different things show up like hormonal imbalance or even obesity and struggles with a weight challenge, just even high and low, overweight and underweight. And I've worked with families who have children who have autism and ADHD. I've worked with men. It's kind of all over the board. In these over the past several years, when a client comes to me, they have come to me at a point where they are just tired of going in circles and kind of being told, to take a medication. Now try this medication, and they're going back to the doctor. They just keep going in circles and circles and circles. And incidentally, my ideal client typically has other health issues within the family. It's not just them who, the individual. It's also the spouse or the children. It kind of seems like it's just there's an unhealthy vibe and energy going on within the whole family because bottom line is going back to the environment and the foods that we eat and all of that, and part of my mission and message, and education, it's kind of all connected. So I know that doesn't give you one detailed specific, but yeah, that kind of gives you an idea.
So basically what you're saying is that let's say that you're working with a woman comes to you, she's an exhausted entrepreneur because maybe she's doing everything and trying to, be a mom and a good business person and all that stuff that goes along with it. As you start talking and working with that person as an individual, then obviously the family matters come into play and the pressures of being, a good spouse, a good parent. And then you start finding out that there's other things that are happening maybe with the spouse or the child that are unhealthy situations as well. So you start treating the family as a whole. Am I correct on that?
Absolutely, yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes.
So when you start working with a client, tell me exactly, it's like, what are the what's the first phase that people enter into when they say, okay, I'm going to go work with Michelle because I know I need help. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, what I do is I try to take a look at the whole picture and try and well, it's, I look at the entire situation, the environment that they live in, the business that they're in, the family lifestyle, to kind of get a snapshot of what's going on within the family dynamic. And then I start working one-on-one, and we start to do a little bit of accountability, so that I kind of know where they're coming from, what they're putting in their body. I have one-on-one sessions with the client by phone, mostly, and in that time together, I set them up so that they are in a comfortable place and are ready to open up and peel off the layers so I can get to the root core issues and start really healing from within, and then provide them with a formula that's going to set them up for success in achieving their specific health goal.
So being that you're in San Diego, do you work with people just exclusively in a geographic area, or can you work with somebody at arm's length, let's say if they're in New York City, for instance?
Yeah, I have clients that are throughout the United States mostly, and a couple of international clients. So I'm able to work with a client anywhere in the world, and I love that. We have this great technology, and it's made an awesome connection. It provides it's a great resource to be able to connect in a setting like this, just online or by phone. Like I said, my sessions are scheduled, so I'm talking with a client on a weekly basis by phone mainly. And then I have some private intensive clients where I work with them for a period of time, usually a half a day live, and they'll come in to meet me, or we'll schedule a meeting rotation for those periods of time.
Okay. And I know that you had shared with me that you wanted to also talk a little bit about some statistics that we should know about when it comes to what you do.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Actually, thanks for bringing that up. I mean, the statistics are constantly changing, But I just wanted to bring where I have the main thing I want to actually stress is back 10 years ago, like I was kind of referring how things have changed so much within the past 10 years. And this is a little bit off of your question. I'm sorry
No,
for
it's
that.
okay.
Kind of on purpose. Okay. So part of my passion comes, I don't know about you, but I'm sure, I'm connected on Facebook and other social media platforms, and I've got a great community, online community, and it breaks my heart pretty much on a daily basis when I see someone post about their child having, being in the hospital with cancer, or, just some really terrible scenarios going on where the family members are fighting for life, adults and kids. And, I see prayer requests coming through and all of that. And, one in three people will die of cardiovascular disease. I have someone who posted something just yesterday about their father had a stroke, and then 2 strokes came, within that period of time. So it's just the incidence of disease is so high, and one of the main things is right now is children. 10 years ago, I was shocked to know that kids will not outlive their parents by the year 2050 or something like that. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. I don't have the exact date, but that is huge. It's a major thing that we need to pay attention to. Everybody needs to pay attention to this, and that is because everybody is connected to some youth in some form. Whether you're of childbearing years and still having a family, or if you're a grandparent and you're, taking care of your grandkids, or if you're an active mom and have young kids. So, this message is so important, whether it's cancer or it's diabetes or cardiovascular disease or chronic pain. All of these forms of disease within the body can be prevented. And it's all about education and learning. And part of my passion and my position, and I've been given this gift, I'm here for a reason, and I need to share this information with anybody who is willing to take a listen and who wants to set their home and their family on a healthier path, because from there, then it trickles out. So like I'm saying, like whether it's the grandparent or if it's the mom or if it's the child, whatever age level, you have an opportunity to make a difference. And once you set that, tone within your family, then it trickles out. And, one life at a time, we can really create some healing and create a healthier way of life, and be proactive about having healthier lifestyles and being healthy and avoiding all of this disease that's around us, and not have to hear these terrible, scenarios so often. And so that's my hope.
Well, and since you've been doing this for so long, I'm sure you have some stories that you could share with us, some successes that you've had with clients in the past. Would you take a little bit of time for us and kind of
Sure.
tell us something?
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, you asked the question, and this right off the top of my head, this is not pre-scripted or anything like that, so it's really cool. I have a woman yesterday, actually. She's a local person, so and we've become friends. My clients become my friends after a period of working with them so intimately. I love that. I'm sure you can relate, right?
Well, and you're such a warm personality. I can imagine people feel very embraced by your help.
Yes, thank you so much. So I have a local client, and I do recommend a couple of nutritional products that are whole food nutrition, 100% organic type products. And so her family in particular, I met with her about a year ago or so. I just met her in the community and started a conversation with her. And her child is autistic, and she was just really challenged by that and feeling very, very defeated by her child with autism. And anyway, so I started to give her some information. She wasn't really ready to take a step yet, but I said, look, at least do these couple of things, just start to eliminate your packaged, the prepackaged foods. Bring in more fruits and vegetables into your house, and just some really basic easy to do, don't have to follow a recipe,
Mhm.
kind of tips. And she started to do that. So, then I went into the store again and I was like, hey, how's it going? And she said, oh my gosh, I've been doing everything you told me to do. And it's working. I'm trying to avoid using names. So she said, my daughter's starting to feel better. Okay, so what do we do next? And I said, you know what? Actually, I have this great program. I have a 4-week program coming up, and it was springtime, and I do offer, a 4-week type of a jumpstart program, kind of like the first phase of getting started. And so timing was good. She said, yes, we're in. I said, okay, I really recommend these couple of products that, you add this. This is going to help you get there faster. You can take either route, but she was ready and she did exactly what I had, coached her to do. And so yesterday I had a brief conversation with her. I had to run by. I'm going to fast forward. Her daughter just had like tremendous results and has been doing really, really well. She calls me saying, "Oh my gosh, we ran out of the product, and do you have any on hand that you can just lend us until we get some?" And I said, "Sure, I'll be by." And I dropped it by. And so when I was chatting with her, she was just so overwhelmed with emotion and excited that her daughter is at a place now that she can communicate in a way that she has never been able to communicate before by, saying, where's my smoothie? And I need my smoothie. And she would not have the smoothie any other way than the way, with all of the ingredients that I've, put together for them. And, and to backtrack a little bit, the daughter is now interactive. She goes to a school specifically for her, her challenges, and now she is able to participate in the music classes, participate in the running and the just the physical activities that they have scheduled for the kids. So she is vibrant and connected, and her brain is working efficiently, and she's learning, and she's in a state of peace where she's never had that before in her entire life. And I mean, I think that's just really incredible. And I was just a messenger, so I provided information. I've given one of the side notes that I can kind of tag in here is that every body is different. So
Mhm.
her with autism isn't going to be like exactly like another child with autism, and same with other family, because actually her whole family, she's looking really great, the mom and and the dad and the other daughter, everybody's looking really good, but it's kind of individualized. What I do is I take, like I said, I take a look at the whole picture and I see where the breakdown in is as a holistic healer and nutritionist. I'm able to prescribe foods that are going to speak specifically to where the breakdown is within the body. And by giving those foods to the body, then the body is able to take all that great nutrition and all the nutrients and the minerals and all of that and that's where the healing begins within the bloodstream. And the repair of DNA, at a cellular level is what we're going for, so that then, we're repairing DNA, and by the repair over a period of time, the body is healing and overcoming the disease within the body. And so, that's one little side note that, just a little story, but I have so many stories like this, that, in like hormonal imbalance where I've got several ladies, who will come to me just really defeated by, not being efficient within their home because their hormones are so out of whack that they are not resting well, they're fatigued, they're overwhelmed, their businesses are being, neglected, and they're not making the money that they need to make. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, so that there's that stress within the family because they're not be able to do what their end of the deal is within their, within the home, and they feel terrible as a wife and as a lover because they're just not, efficient and they're not up for that. And so, the coolest thing is, and it's pretty consistent among all of my clients, is that after about 2 to 3 weeks, they all have pretty much the same outcome where it's like, oh, Michelle, guess what? I feel so great and I'm so rested and I can't believe I can sleep now. I can sleep through the night. I didn't have any sweats and this is unbelievable. And my husband's so happy. And, it's like these, and it gives me chills just thinking about it because all I did was just help them. help them get, take a couple steps. They're doing the work, and that's the thing. It's like, it's simple stuff. It's a simple formula. I provide, my formula is high health for high life. It's, and that is, and it's specialized, but I mean, that's the baseline formula for everybody, but, it's really cool. And I just, um, you know, I'm, I'm modest. I'm not bragging as by any means. I just am really grateful to have the opportunity to be in people's lives who trust me enough to lead them to a healthier place, and it's cool. And like I said, and then what happens is from that place, the husband's on board. The husband wants to get healthy, and he starts, connecting in, and then I'm starting to work one-on-one with the husband and get his issues resolved, and then from that place, the family, they're an example to others within their community, and just like, the woman with autism. She's brought several clients to me because they're like looking at the family going, wow, what are you guys doing? This is so cool, And so she just says, go to Michelle, she'll help you, and so it's really cool. And that's where we can really make a difference in our world and in our circles. And it's just by taking that first step, taking the initiative, doing the work, and then we are an inspiration to other people. So.
Well, and I would imagine that in the process, you're probably able to help people get off maybe some medications that they don't need anymore after they start getting healthier. And that right there can save people money in the long run. So it's like, even though, working with somebody initially might be some out-of-pocket expense, it's, how can you pay for health? I mean, health is important. But just the result of it, and then maybe potentially being able to wean yourself off of certain things would be a great plus, I would imagine.
Right, you hit it right on. Exactly. It's kind of like hand in hand. I forget to mention those little details, but I mean, actually, those little details are huge.
Yeah,
So,
they are.
yeah, so most of my clients that are on some form of medication, they definitely come off the meds or taper down quite significantly. And in a relatively short period of time, we're able to accomplish that. And follow what I'm teaching, any client follows what I'm teaching, they are definitely saving money. It's kind of like this thing where, oh, it costs too much to eat organic or to eat healthy and all that. But actually, when you take a good look at how you take a snapshot of how much they're eating out, how much they're buying processed, packaged, prepackaged foods and all of that, that's really expensive. It adds up, and so, and when you eat the healthy, clean way, the recipes that I provide, it's cheaper, it's less expensive, and it's more nourishing. And in the long run, yes, there are meds, they're the co-pays and all of that come off, they're like, they lessen the cost that's going out in that area, and their health insurance is being used less. So all around there's a good savings, and it's a really cool thing. Yeah.
Well, that's great. I want you to be sure to share also with the audience, if somebody wants to get started to work with you, what's the best way to contact you?
Sure. Yeah, they can come on over to my website, and my website is michelleverdugo.com. And I'm sure you can, there'll be a link or something, but yeah, it's michelleverdugo.com. I'm on Facebook with Michelle Verdugo Community, and it's just a healthy community. And yeah, I would love to connect, and I have got some really great things, going on. I always have something, an offer, someone take on some level, and yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for joining today on this video call and sharing a little bit about your business. And I know that, when people meet with you one-on-one, you can really dive deeply into their individual needs, and now they know how to reach you. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you so much, Wanda. Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to connect with you here, and this is really fun. So thank you, and yeah, enjoyed this.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining Michelle and I today on this video call. And again, if you need to reach out to Michelle, please visit her website or find her on Facebook. and she will be glad to get you started with a healthy lifestyle change. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.